Alright, so here's the setup the night before. This is a half of my multi-position ladder that makes a scaffold with this 2x12. Here's my fan setup here. A little revised since the last time. These styrofoam boards end up closing off the rest of the door. Everything is masked. Got plenty of blue stuff, so that's all going to get tarped down in the morning. This big thing here is on a PVC pipe down here that just rolls up. And there are a couple of mounts I put up there. A little zip wall so I can get back here if I need to. Another couple of ladders. And so let me show you from the top what that looks like. I should be able to reach the middle. The problem is, the ladder, I can't quite get close enough to be super like right there, but if I start in the middle is like, here, that's the middle. So I should be able to fan it okay, I guess. It's as good as it's gonna get. And walk comfortably without falling, hopefully. On the back here, I've got another little step stool that I should be able to do the back reasonably well. So in the morning, I'm going to scuff it up with gray Scotch-Brite, clean it off. I'm not sure that I'm going to blow it off. I'm going to try to clean it as much as I can, try to minimize the dust. Pull the tarp down, mix everything up and go. So my plan is 1 coat of sealer. I'm planning on 3 coats of base. Let's see if I can get away with 2, but 3 coats of base and probably 3 coats of clear. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of spraying.
Pretty smooth everywhere, so I don't feel like not feeling any sort of, bumps or, I'm just hopeful that because it's such a big panel, so your aircraft carrier is just smooth as there. But the limiting factor is really my seal. I'm nervous about it being such a big flat panel.
Alright, so the spray away cleaning's been done. I'm going to wait a little bit, get some other things prepped. Then we're going to do a wax and grease remover. And right before I start spraying, I'm going to tack it all off. And then we'll see. Alright, sealer's done. Sorry about the noise, fans are cranking. Let me show you how the booth, quote-unquote booth, works. There's quite a bit of suction. I've got a door behind here, but there's enough air that's coming in here and it's evacuating everything. So, okay, it's still drying. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another coat. I don't think so. I'm just going to let this go. I've got a little bit of a few pops there. Are those pops? Yeah, they're craters, so I'm assuming there was something on there that didn't get cleaned. But generally, not too bad. I see a couple of spots where my surface prep wasn't that good. I know when I was stripping the paint originally, I gouged the metal a little bit with one of my discs, and I don't think I covered that as well as I'd hoped. Let me see if I can find it. It's hard to see. It's kind of like right in there. Let me see if I can get you a better angle. You can kind of tell, but honestly, yeah, here's another one right here. You can kind of see a few lines, but I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. There's a few pieces of trash in here. So once this is all cured up, give it 20 minutes. I'm gonna go over it with a tack cloth and then start base. can't wait until this is done. And it's been about 15 minutes. Lightly just gonna tack some of this off. I de-nibbed a few spots. I'm hoping that, like right here, you can see, and there's one over there. I'm hoping that the base will cover that. I'm pretty sure that it will. There's kind of a pretty thick, protruding little dirt nib. I'm a little dry here, but I think it'll be okay. This is just a sealer, and I need to do a better job of overlapping. You can see a little bit of striping there, so I got to keep that in mind. I'm going to up the pressure a little bit. I sprayed this at 21 psi on my LVLP. I'm going to up the pressure to maybe 25 on the base and maybe even higher on the clear. Let me get my stuff ready. It's hard to video this being so high. I don't have a tripod that sits up high, so I'll just have to bring you back when I'm done. All right, second full coat, or I guess first full coat. The first coat was kind of a tack coat, I guess. This is the first full coat. Still a little bit wet over here, but full coverage, so that's good. I don't see too many dry spots. I guess we'll wait and see another 15 minutes. But I am going to do one more final coat, and then we'll get to clear. Added a little bit more here. You can see the transition. This is kind of the last couple swipes before I ran out of paint. Just to bury a few of my scratches from de-nibbing. But generally, I mean, it's spraying pretty flat. I don't know if you guys can tell. There's a little bit of texture there, but it's still wet. So the Nason full base sprays 2 to 1, 2 parts base coat, 1 part reducer, and then it says a 1/4 part activator. So I've been using the same activator, the mid-temp. I know most people say it's not necessary, but I'm just following what the TDS says. So let me show you the ratio here. Right, so all right, we'll wait another 15 minutes, tack, and then we will finish up the base and get ready for clear. All right, base is done. Like just done. So it's still flashing off, but I can be happy with that. So that's 3, let's say 2, let me start at the beginning. 1 kind of tack coat, 2 medium plus coats, and then right at the end of the last coat, I kind of just feathered in some, like I went all the way down. What I've been doing is I've been painting sections like this, then I move over a section, maintaining a wet edge, and then when I was done with that on the last coat, I took the gun and I went all the way with a little bit more space. I guess they call that a drop coat, just to make sure that I could, if I had any tiger striping, it would kind of be masked. So I'll let this go for a solid 20 minutes and clean up a little bit and get ready for clear. I'm going to do 3 coats of clear because I know I'm going to be buffing this. I'm going to try not to sand, but I'll need the film build. All right, first coat of clear. Let's see how dry we did, but not too bad. You can tell kind of what the color is a little bit better. you don't see the metallics without the clear. A little bit dry on the edge here. And let's see. How's the texture? There's definitely some. A lot better on the edges here than I was on the surface, on the flat surface. So I'm guessing that I may have been closer. Can you tell? Like, it's not as bad as it shows on camera. But okay, it's still flashing off, so I'm happy. Get a couple more coats on and we will be done. So as soon as that last coat is done, I'm going to start taking the paint off, because especially down here, or tape down here, I want to get rid of that hard line from the clear as much as possible. So as soon as that's done, I'm going to start pulling tape. But first coat out of 3. All right, all done. 3.5, let's say, coats of clear. It's been about a half an hour. Let's say 3 coats of base. See, there's a little whoop-de-doo right there, but I can't really get to it from underneath because there's a reinforcement. I didn't want to pull it, and I didn't want a bunch of putty on there, so I decided to leave it. Generally speaking, I'm satisfied. I mean, the limiting factor is my skill set, right? So like right here, it's nice and smooth. But when I move over here, I've got some texture. A little bit of texture here, and I'm guessing that this area here is where I had to reach, you know, toward the middle. So I did a better job along the edge here. The reality is, when it's all done, you're only really going to be able to see this part. I'm satisfied with the coverage. I got no real runs. I've got some texture here that I might sand and buff later on, but I'm not touching the buffer or sander until everything is ready. So, satisfied, happy. All right, let's talk about pressures. So for the base, I sprayed at 25 psi, and for the clear, I sprayed at 28 psi. That's crappy. No. But that's what you get for spraying in the garage. So generally happy. So the top has a sealer. The jams didn't have a sealer. Didn't make a difference in the color, so that's good. So the next steps are doors. Get the doors down, start stripping those, do any body work on the doors, reinstall the doors, and spray everything. So until the next one, thanks for watching.